I don't care if you're running for Mark Zuckerberg because he's out there doing jiu-jitsu looking for your ass. If you up, smoke that shit. Damn, with that, smoke me out with that fake shit. I have your boy Blue coming to you live from the stack. Smoke me out with that dank shit. On my left, mixing it up on the ones and twos. Kronos.
I will be coming up to the Bay for like a couple of 2 days, so I'll probably be able to see many people. Just I'm up for a wedding.
Your sunblock.
Mr. X, congratulations on your marriage. Hopefully, well, yeah, you guys are getting married, so in the future you guys will be married.
Yes. And then on my far right, the oldest in the world, old ninja.
So if you're in California, this week we got a taste of Arizona weather. But apparently we're Arizona now. So there you go.
Holy shit, dude. It's been insanely hot here.
It's still hot.
Yeah, we back at it again, fellas. Your boy Blue back in the building. I've been gone for a couple of weeks.
I'm gone for 8 weeks.
Yeah, 8 weeks, but it seems like forever. But I'm back. The missus and I went on vacation. We went to Tahoe for our anniversary, our 5th year anniversary, which is like, god damn. Seems like it's been longer than that, but yeah, we went to Tahoe.
Y'all got
talk about that a little bit later. Yeah, we brought the kid out, and man, it was actually a lot of fun. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. But Ninja usually have, Kronos, you usually have some stats for us.
I do have stats. Listener of the week would be Huawei Carmichael. Thank you very much. If I put a little too much on it, let me know. Just saying.
I thought you were going to say Huawei Suve.
Rico Suave?
Yeah.
Remember that song?
Oh, yeah, Rico Suave.
Suave.
Now it's stuck in now.
Yeah.
Rico Suave. First in the chat, we got it, Benair.
That would be my lovely daughter, my oldest. Hello.
Oh, hello.
What's
her name? What was the name that we gave her?
A little bit, but she actually messaged me on Facebook. She was like, "You guys casting tonight?" I was like, "Yeah." Sorry, I was packing a little bit because I'm gonna probably get up early in the morning and drive up to the Bay, so I had to pack a little bit. So yeah.
Yeah, that drive is gonna be insane because I think it's like 100 something here, and then you're gonna have, if you're driving up to 5, it's damn near, it's gonna be like a damn near desert. So it's gonna be like 120, 125.
My car is AC. I'm not riding. Riding kind of. When I rode that one time, that kind of sucked. But luckily, I had a vented jacket. But yeah, if I had my straight leathers, I might have died.
You're gonna have to stop eventually.
Well, yeah. Actually, I could almost make it. Oh, it's Lilith now. That's right. She changed it. Well, actually, a little while.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
the vampire queen from True Blood. At least that's what I say. But yeah, I know that my QX60, even my G35, back when I had it, it got insane gas mileage because it got a huge fucking tank. Like when I drove, I could drive from the Bay Area down to LA and still have like a quarter of a tank of gas to continue driving around.
Yeah,
crazy.
But because I have a 22-gallon tank, but I got a big ass V8. It makes it about, if I drive conservative on the freeway, I could probably make it almost all the way to the Bay. So it'll make it a little right around 400 miles. So, but from here it's about 500 miles from Chula Vista. So
I want to see what the weather is in at Rancho Harris Ranch right now, or what it was today, or what it's going to be tomorrow, because that's the telltale sign of when you're gonna reach a really terrible area.
Yeah, that smell. It's probably gonna smell like beef, like cooked beef right now. It's so damn hot because they don't have any coverings or anything. They just let those poor cows just chill out in the open. No covering in dirt. There's not even any grass. It's just like, dude, they sprayed like dirty water on them, and that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. So they got up to 112 degrees today. God damn, dude, that's hot.
Death Valley hit 127 last week. 127
God
degrees.
Damn.
And it broke a whole bunch of records.
That's insane. All right, Ninja, you usually have some RIPs. You taking any souls this week?
No, this week we're still taking a breather from a couple weeks ago because I was like a doozy.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see who's getting snatched up next week. So there we go.
All right, well then, fellas, where are we gonna go to first? On this beautiful Wednesday, hot summer day.
I got.
Wait, is it fall yet? Has fall started?
No,
I don't think so. Not with this fucking heat.
September 22nd is when fall starts.
Diva was like, "That's my fault, punk." Oh.
Damn. R.I.P.
Devil dipping his balls on the planet right now.
Asshole just puckering out here.
So fall starts on September 22nd. So
yeah. I got something. It's not on the list. It's a little something, something. It's more gaming stuff.
Sure.
I thought you were about to say you about to become a dad. I was like, oh man, congratulations.
Oh shit! No.
I didn't know
No,
dust could make.
you never know. Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's a valid concern. No, it's shit. Now I can't think of the maker, but basically, Hogwarts Legacy
Uh,
is letting people pick their house before the game's released. So right now, if you pre-order the game, you can pick what house you want. You can basically use Sorting Hat and pick your house. What pick your house that you want to be in. So, if you were to get this game, what house would you want to be in? Granted, I guess they show you what each house is like. I guess greeting room. I want to say living room, but it's not a true living room. It's like their greeting room where you go in and they're supposed to welcome you. And so each house has their own like weird entrance. Some of them, like one of them, I think you're supposed to solve a riddle to get in.
oh, you're talking
Other
about how to
ones-
get in the rooms. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, how to get in the rooms, but you get to see, I guess, which one, and then you can, I guess, you can pick which house you want to be in before you get your game. So, if you were to do this, if you were to get the game, which house would you want to be in?
I already took the test. Not for the game, but like in general, the Hogwarts test. Gryffindor all the way.
Gryffindor.
Yeah.
That was quick. Blue.
I want to be the badass. I want to be House of Slytherin, just because I
Absolutely.
like them. I like myself a little goth girl. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Like I want to be able to pop my peas when I talk to people. Harry Potter.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everyone's going to try to pick. I think the two biggest ones will be either Slytherin or Gryffindor. But for me, I think I would do Ravenclaw. I think Ravenclaw would be a good house. So, and they have a cool entrance. Or no, I'm sorry, they have a shitty door, but when you're inside, it has the coolest setup. That's what.
See, with House
But-
Slytherin, I'll be like fucking walking around bougie, like I'm fucking own the place, just talking shit down to people.
Calling everybody muggles.
Yeah,
Muggles.
you're nothing but a muggle. Your mom and dad aren't wizards. You weren't born
Yeah.
into this.
Yeah, it's rude. Thoughts of like
Piss on people's
puff-
shoes.
Yeah, it's all bad. I'd be like using the some kind of cloak or something, or some
So wait,
weird.
is this game for like the consoles, for PC,
Yeah,
for mobile?
It's for everything. I don't know about mobile. Maybe later, but I kind of doubt it. Well, you never know. I don't know. But no, it's on all the home consoles and PC. And even though they say it's not multiplayer, I won't be surprised if like multiplayer is added on later. So we'll see. But the game's out
I wish my
December of this year.
Oh, okay. I wish my younger brother was in the chat because he's a huge Harry Potter fan, which I was surprised about when I found out about it. Like he went to Florida to go to Universal. Like he spent more time at Universal Studios than Disney World. And I was like, oh damn! Like he bought the cloak and the wand and all that. I was like, wow, dude, I didn't know.
He's also
Yeah,
a huge Drew Hill fan. Might be the biggest Drew Hill fan on the fucking planet.
If there was a dragon house, he probably would join that one, or a Drew Hill house.
No, he's got to go to the House of the Dragon, man. What
The
are you
House
talking
of
about?
Oh yeah,
Game
House
of
of
Thrones.
Dragon.
He's got to be a Black Targaryen.
Yeah,
Make
wearing a
everybody extra
thong.
mad.
You're pretty close to them. There's some
Yeah.
kind of close. They're the cousins of the Targaryen. They got the black book in there. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool that before you can get the game, you can pick your house. You're like, oh, I mean, I think some people might wait till like, hey, I want to get the game and experience getting sorted when I get the game. Maybe I'll random. What's up?
Do you choose a house, or do the hat choose your house?
They say you can choose your house. I haven't
Okay.
tried it yet because I want to do it in the game. I want to be able to create my character, show up, go to the sorting hat, and then pick what I want. I think you can pick random too, which will be weird because it's like, oh, what am I gonna get? What if I get a house? Well, I mean, if you pick random, you should beware to suffer the house that you're chosen. So don't be all mad that oh shoot, I got Slytherin. I want to be Gryffindor. Well, you should have picked Gryffindor. Well, random. That'd be interesting.
Harry Potter.
we if you haven't noticed, it hasn't been as loud. It's because Prodigy is running from Zuck, as
Yeah, he is.
as Blue was saying. Apparently, Zuck has been doing some MMA. He stepped up his game and he put Prodigy on notice. So Prodigy went into hiding, I
He
guess.
did.
So we'll see. We'll see if this gets resolved by next week. Personally, I want to see Prodigy get body slammed by Zuck, but that's just me.
That would pay good money for that too. Like
I
if
would
it was a
too.
pay per view.
I would
Just
too.
to see it
Everyone like,
happen.
who's this random guy? And then they show the history of the shit he's done. And everyone be like, oh, shit.
his prison record.
You know what's funny about like the Zuckerberg MMA training? Like people were like picking apart like his technique, and I was like, well, first of all, the guy's not a fucking pro fighter. Like, second of all, he's probably done like way more actual training than most people do. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, his technique didn't look bad to me. I mean, he looked amateurish, but his ground game actually looked pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean,
It looked like he was in shape. So that was one positive thing.
I'm pretty sure there's a ton of people that couldn't even take him. They're probably the ones talking shit, but they probably still wouldn't be able to take him one on one.
I probably couldn't. I'm the one that needs a bat.
Damn.
Yeah, like he did like some really cool. Some of his transitions on the ground looked actually pretty decent. It just like it looked like he was just drilling, but looked pretty good. You know, so I know the guy's fucking weird as shit, but I mean, it's cool that he's training.
So you know what
I haven't seen the full video, but was he like actually like grappling with people, or was it just like
He was striking too. He was doing some striking drills and some takedown drills. So you know, I know that for people that are like think they know how to fight, they're just like, oh, look how bad he looks. But he didn't look that bad. And for pro fighters, the people that are in fighting a lot, like I don't think most of them would be too critical of him. If they are, then it's like, well, the guy's learning. I mean, he's not a fucking professional fighter, so I wouldn't expect him to be like pro level shit. Like, yeah, some of his kicks look kind of janky, but so do mine. So, yeah.
I mean, I thought he was. I was like, oh, I didn't even know he practiced. I'm like, hey, this looks kind of solid. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure like a good portion of the people that were critiquing can't even fight. So,
yeah, no, I mean, most people on the planet can't. Especially, I mean, most people on the planet can't fight at all. They have this really overblown sense that they know how to fight because they've seen somebody else fight. But like when somebody gets their hands on you that knows how to actually like fight, hope they don't know how to fucking like strike and just knock you the fuck out. But if you have like a grappler like actually grab you, like you're instantly just like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like all that Bruce Lee shit goes out the window. All your fucking shit you saw you think works. Oh, I just see red. Blah blah. You don't see fucking red. You're gonna get fucked up by somebody who knows what they're doing.
Grab the person's fist.
That shit doesn't work. Oh, if somebody puts me rear naked choke, I'll just poke him in the eyes. No, it doesn't work. If you try to poke me in the eyes when I'm trying to choke you, I'm just going to close my eyes and choke you harder because both your arms are no longer stopping me from fucking choking you. So good luck. And if you try to kick me in the balls, good luck. It's the same thing. Like you can do all you want, but most of the shit that you think is effective is not effective at all. And if you try to bite somebody when they're choking you, guess what? They're just going to fucking choke you harder. Matter of fact, if you're a dick and your actual teeth get on my arm, I'm just going to break your fucking teeth with my arm because I'm choking you.
Oh, bad. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but that's why I
wonder if he's motivated like other, I guess, nerds to maybe want to try to get into MMA or jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. I mean, because he's like, I don't know, I wouldn't say he's the biggest nerd, but like, he doesn't have street cred, but I don't know, just to see him to do it, I wonder if he's actually influenced other people to maybe go off and try it, just because he did it.
Well, I mean, Facebook actually has jiu-jitsu for free on the campuses, so on some of them.
I'm about to Google it. Oh shit, yeah. I'm gonna see if they have any.
So does Google.
Because I know. Yeah, because Facebook actually has a lot of cool perks. Like they have like wood shop classes, art classes, and I just learned today they have a music room. So, spoiler, I kind of work for Facebook, but yeah, they have a music room, and in there they have like a piano, guitar. There's a ukulele, there's like sheet music and stuff so you can play, like you can like really go in there and there's like amps, there's actually like actually electric guitars in there. And I was like, I was walking by the room, I was like, what is this? It's on there, it says like garage, like it says the garage. I was like, well, and like on the wall, there's like there's a car painted on the wall and stuff like that. So I poked my head in there. I was like, oh shit, there's instruments in here. So I think that's probably a cool place to like hang out and just like chill. But one thing I noticed, because I kind of been walking around campus lately, doing some of the work I do, but there's a lot of alcohol on the campus. Like
A lot of
there's
what?
like bars,
Yeah.
like there's like bars set up, and I'm not talking about like small bars. It's like bars with like a hard alcohol in there. I'm
So-
like, oh
yeah,
shit,
It's
okay,
probably free, isn't it?
I know why. Well, I don't know how it works because I think other like certain teams kind of put it together, so I can't just kind of walk over there and just drink their alcohol. But like, it's not. It looks like it's frowned upon, which is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when I went to IGN, they had a bookcase where like the middle shelf was converted into a longer shelf, and it was a bar. It was just like liquor all the way to the back. It was like, because normally they fit within the cabinet. This came out like a good 1.5 feet, and it was all big ass fucking bottles of just hardcore liquor. It was hella funny because apparently, happy hour time they reach out. I thought it was pretty funny, but yeah, I'm not surprised with that at all. Actually,
Yeah, HP has bars too on at their location. There's one in like the actual garage. Like it's in they have like I think it's like the main campus. Well, I guess it's not main anymore because they're building one in Texas, but the one in San Jose, which is basically it's in Milpitas, but it says San Jose, just fucking weird.
'cause it's on the border most likely.
But it's on like, so when you go to Great America,
Yeah,
so instead of making a left, you make a right, and that's where it is. And somehow that's San Jose. But if you make a left, it's Milpitas.
yes.
It's like, what the fuck?
yeah,
So-
because if you hit First Street, that's San Jose, and if you're on the other side of it, you're Santa Clara. If you go towards 237, that's Milpitas.
yeah,
Or if you hit First Street, you're in Alviso, actually.
yeah, but
So,
it's not even, it's not there. It's just like, it's weird. Anyway,
yeah,
they have like a bar in the garage structure. Like, I think it's like right above the gym, which is kind of funny, but yeah.
yeah, right on. I mean, I'm actually not surprised by any of that. I'm pretty sure every major tech company has some kind of libations area. So
Well, when I worked at Cisco, we used to have beer there. Like people would bring beer onto the campus. I guess somebody, like we were on the 3rd floor, and I guess people were being loud, and somebody on the 2nd floor complained about it, and they said we couldn't bring alcohol anymore. And it was like, oh, do you really? It always takes. I guess this was before they were Karens. It was just, I guess, a nosy Nancy. I think it was easy to be called. Dropped a dime on us.
Yeah.
But yeah, good times, good times.
Well, I think most tech companies they do that. Just they need to especially in the Bay Area. You have to incentivize your workers to first of all, right now, even come into the office. Like you really need to have some hard incentives to come in the office right now. And then second, even before the pandemic hit, it's so competitive to be in the IT industry in the Bay. Like that's where all the talent is. In the vast majority of the country, it's really centralized in the Bay. So you need to have a reason for, really good tech workers to work in those locations because it's so highly competitive. I mean, that's why you see all these people just like going around and around and around with the same companies like Cisco, Apple, HPE. There's a whole bunch of other ones too, and it's just like,
Microsoft.
yeah, you need them. You need a reason for them to come in the office. So, yeah, it's kind of weird that there's people. I know they're still trying to get people to come in the office now. After the pandemic, people are just saying no, and that's like part of the Great Resignation is getting drawn out because of that. Because now they're going to push more for people to come in the office this fall. I'm just like, well, good luck, good luck, because I think the people are just. Don't get me wrong, like working from home is not for everybody, but I think for a good majority of people that know how to actually handle their shit, in their house, have their own separate, work area, all that stuff. They got comfortable with being at home. Like I was reading like one lady's story. She said that I'm so used to working out at lunch now, I can't go back. And I'm just like, I do the same thing. Like when I take my lunch, I do like a 45-minute Peloton bike ride. And then, I dry off, come back to work, and then I eat lunch at my desk. But yeah, like little things like that, like being able to like, have, home field advantage when you're taking a shit. That goes a long way. And no commute.
I have a bidet. So like
yeah.
Shit at work isn't as fun as it is shit at home.
Yeah.
Shit is an episode. But the whole everybody returning to work, man, like it's definitely crazy. But like a lot of people's like, oh, dude, you got like companies have perks and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, you can have perks, but like like for example, when I worked at Apple, like everybody thinks Apple has like all these cool perks stuff like that, but like they really don't, especially if you're a contractor. Like if you work there, like you pay for your food. Like they don't have free food like they do at like Facebook or Google, but like you're kind of treated like a not a third world citizen, but you're treated like a redheaded stepchild basically if you're a contractor at Facebook. Like you can't work with the full timer. You're in a different building. Like you can't have meetings in their building. Like you have to stay in your own separate building. It was like it was weird being there, but the whole morale of working at Apple wasn't that great. And then like Cisco, it was kind of it was this was a couple of years ago, so maybe things are different because I was like 10 years ago I worked at Cisco, even more. But yeah, like they used to have like cool free stuff, and they got rid of that. And now you got to pay for everything. So like companies need to really have really good perks for employees to want to go into the office. At least in my opinion.
I mean,
if they have free freaking happy hour, I'll be there.
Free strippers, I'm there.
But one of the cool things about Facebook is that they have really good toilet paper. Like they don't have like one ply. They have like triple ply toilet paper in all the bathrooms. But I was like, okay, you got me. Because that one ply stuff, oh fuck that.
Okay. I keep forgetting that's a thing. It's like thread counts in sheets. It's pretty funny. But yeah,
I don't like the well, I have a bidet at home, so I get little angel kisses from water.
Still sounds weird to me, but
yeah, have you tried a bidet yet?
No, I haven't tried a bidet yet, but I've seen how they work.
It'll change your life.
Yeah. What do y'all want to go to?
Oh, you're breaking up. Just asking where we want to go next.
Did it have?
Yeah.
Well, I see everybody keep talking about She-Hulk in the chat. I guess want to go into.
Oh my
god!
god!
Talked about it. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Dude, I'm loving this show. This show is so much fun. But I think number one reason why is because I love the actress. Because the actress is Tatiana, is her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was it. She's from Orphan Black, and I love that show. She was multi-talented in that show. She played like 18 different characters, and it was like, holy shit, like what the hell's going on? But yeah, I think she does a really good job in this role. She's funny, like her comedy chops are there, and like, I mean, the whole like the whole CGI for She-Hulk isn't perfect, but like, I don't know, it's a show, so I'm not really expecting too much. But this last episode was really funny because we got a special guest cameo. We got to see we got a little touch from we got to see what's the name? Abomination was in this one. I think that was the one, yeah. And we got to see his 18 wives or 8 wives he had, and like we get to find out like exactly why.
They didn't call them wives. They called them like devotees or some bullshit. Something.
Yeah, something like that. They're like they're not officially married, so I guess they're not his wife, but they're his. It's not concubines because they didn't show them like boning or anything, but
maybe
they're a commune, right?
Yeah,
commune. Yeah. They're his pen pals turned commune. That's what it is. But we got to learn about like why he was in the cage fighting with Wong, because Wong was basically training to become. Now I was gonna say Emperor Supreme, but Sorcerer Supreme. We got one of the funny. I love the story with the elf from Asgard who was out there fucking catfishing guys as Megan Thee Stallion, which was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And like, but we got a cameo from Megan Thee Stallion, which is kind of cool. Like we heard rumors that she was gonna be making a cameo in the MCU, and I was kind of hoping like maybe she might have a character, but like she actually was herself, which was really cool. But yeah, man, this show's it's just fun. Like it's up there. Well, Jessica Jones was more action packed and more like I don't know, more violence like that. She-Hulk is kind of like tame, more on the comedy side of the house. But what's your guys' take on the episode so far, the season?
I like it. It's a unique experience with the MCU. It's funny, like it's fourth wall breaking. I appreciate it so far. They even make fun of the fact that it's kind of like a Monster of the Week type deal, or cameo of the week type deal. So I feel like they've been pretty clever with the show so far. It's so much more different than what we're kind of used to. It's not as serious. and they even make fun of like the things that they even make fun of like the haters. Like
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's like part of the show where they took like people's comments, and I'm pretty sure there was probably real comments that they just took off the internet and just posted
they're
on there.
Instagram, I guess.
Yeah, it looked like something that was real because people are just dumbass assholes. Like, do you feel like a show? Just don't watch it. Like, it's that easy. I mean, you probably weren't a She-Hulk fan to begin with, you know. So it's like, why would you watch it? You know, I gave it a chance only because I used to like the She-Hulk, and they had a really bad run in the comics where she wasn't doing She-Hulk shit, and they actually even commented on that in the show, which is what I really appreciated that as well. So yeah, watching her be different from Bruce and do her She-Hulk thing, and actually, you know, she has a sort of rogues gallery as well. It's kind of smaller. They only had one of them so far, and she kicked her ass kind of fast. So I hope that they kind of fix that in the future of like her actually having knockout battles and not just wrecking somebody.
So have you seen like there's been videos of the actress who plays the villain? I can't remember what her name was, what her character name is,
Titana?
but she's been
Jamila?
Yeah, Titana. Yeah, she's been actually going out and like physically spray painting her name over the She-Hulk posters, like actually like in public. Like there's video recordings of her doing. I mean, obviously it's for publicity, but like I think it's just funny that like they've taken it that far. And plus, that actress is really good too because she was in The Good Place. She was really
that's where
really
I know
good.
her from because
But,
Kay watches it all the time. Or Kay watches it all the time.
yeah, but
oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
were you done, Cronus?
Yeah, go ahead.
What were you gonna say? What did you?
I was gonna say, I'm actually having more fun reading all these like pissed off, like gatekeeping, like angry men, and it's majority of them are men that are mad at the show for what it does every week. I have a friend; he's been pissed off at the MCU for like a year or two now because he says the MCU is doing too much comedy.
Then just
I'm like, what are you
stop
talking about?
watching. I mean, you can just stop watching. That's the problem with me. Oh, it's so bad. It's like, well, just stop watching it. Unless you're meaning it's Halo, then keep doing that.
Yeah.
Because fuck Halo.
it was actually pretty cool. Anyway, but you know, people just saying like, "Hey, she's not Deadpool." I'm like, well, she does have comedy in her comics, and
dude,
if you
read Deadpool.
yeah, if you read it, she's kind of on par with the comic, and people are like, well, you know, this is written poorly. I'm like, do you read her comic? Like, are you even familiar? I'm pretty sure. I think the disconnect is that people are used to her fighting with groups instead of her solo
Like
stuff.
the Avengers, yeah.
Yeah, the Avengers, Fantastic Four. What was the other? Was it A-Force? Is she in A-Force?
I think she was, yeah. I think she was. She
yeah.
No, she wasn't the Ultimates. She was not.
Oh, yeah. So groups like that. She's a badass. Yeah, but she is a lawyer. Like, she represents. There's actually some pretty key cases that she took on, I think, after Civil War II, about the whole, you know, identity stuff. She was representing, you know, some heroes. I think a few villains as well, if I remember correctly. But just these angry people that are like making memes saying like Tony Stark died for She-Hulk to be twerking. I'm like, dude, the twerking thing wasn't even in the main episode. It was like an after credit scene.
After credit.
That's where usually crazy antics happen, where like Tony Stark is telling his life story to a sleeping Bruce Banner, and the Avengers go out for shawarma.
Yeah.
People doing just like really wacky stuff, and that's what she does in her show. But people are mad about it, and they're like, "Oh, the MCU's dead," or Phase 4 is done. There's too many females, you know, stuff that the show already kind of addressed about the haters, and just more of them are coming out. And to me, it's like, well, I guess you people didn't read her solo stuff or something, but there's so much vitriol about what's going on in, like, not even what's in the episode, just like usually it's like a key moment, not even a key moment, like the twerking thing practically melted the internet. People were like, why is Megan like on this show? And then when you look at the story, it's actually it's unique. Well, I'm sorry, it's not unique, but it is funny.
The show's hilarious.
It's an interesting way to bring in Megan Thee Stallion because it's not really her. And this dude, who was a super douche nozzle, he completely thought that he was dating Megan Thee Stallion. And then we get Wong. Wong comes in doing like he has no. It's weird. He wants to abide by like the rule of law, kind of, sort of, but he has no idea what the fuck he's doing. So he keeps running in and out, doing whatever he wants, and then he dips.
Yeah, he's a sorcerer supreme.
Yeah,
So-
but people don't understand that,
Yeah.
and he doesn't care. He's just like, hey, I did this and I did that. Thank you for listening, and then he's out.
Yeah, they're like, you committed a super crime by breaking out a prisoner. He's like,
he's all bye.
He's like, well, I don't care.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care. I'm out. He literally opened the portal, walked through, and he was gone. I was like, oh shit. Well, there goes Wong. Yeah, catch me outside.
This is Wong doing Wong shit.
Yeah.
What's really cool with all the shows that are on Disney Plus is that every episode they even did this with Miss Marvel. I don't know if they did this with the Bucky and
the
what's
Sam
that show?
Bucky show.
Yeah, Sam Bucky show. But like, I love how there's always like a hidden QR code where you can get like a free comic.
Oh,
Like
shit.
I think every episode's
noticed
been that
that.
way. Like you can.
Didn't
Yeah,
I-
so like I think so. The first episode had a copy of the first edition of Supergirl of She-Hulk that you can scan it, watch it, or not watch on your phone, but read it on your phone. But yeah, every episode there's a QR code that comes up that you can scan.
like, is it in the
every
script or in
comic.
the actual episode?
It's in the episode, so you got to be like watching out for it. Like it could be like somebody, it could be a poster on the back of the wall and I have a QR
Okay.
code. And
Yeah,
you pause
okay.
it.
I've seen that.
You can scan it, but you can. I mean, the internet will. There'll be a screenshot for it, so you can always go on the internet and find it. But like, yeah, there's
Pause.
free comic.
Pause episode. You pause it and be like, oh, click, done. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah, I'm actually enjoying the show because I knew going in that this was going to be like a comedy show.
ridiculous.
And
Yeah.
like people were complaining, I guess they want more action and more tits and ass. But I'm like, dude, this show isn't that. And I'm having a good time just reading these trolling guys that are like super butthurt. They're all saying, like I said before, Tony Stark died for this, and but yet they want to make jokes about Captain America's ass. But yeah, towards
Yeah.
or some shit. So it's been more entertaining for me to read about these guys, read these long, literally paragraph long, just they're not even real complaints. It's just like ranting about shit. It's pretty funny to me that these guys are so butthurt about a fictional character that they probably, and actually a lot of them you can tell they don't know shit about the character because they don't talk about her relationships with her rogues gallery, and sometimes not with their cousin. They keep comparing it to the rest of the MCU, which I think is not an exact fair comparison.
Well, two things that are funny is that Tatiana, the actress who plays She-Hulk, what's She-Hulk's character's
Jen
name?
Walters.
Jen Walters. Yeah.
Jennifer Walters.
Jennifer Walters. Tatiana is a huge Megan Thee Stallion fan, and she didn't know that Megan Thee Stallion was going to be on the show. So when she actually like got to meet her, she actually like kind of geeked out. And like the scene where she says like Megan Thee Stallion, "I will kill for you," was ad lib. So she like
I was ad lib. Yep. She said she talks about it. I guess I don't know if it's after the credits or there's like a little snippet thing that she's on there. You can even watch her in like a mocap suit with her and Meg like interacting. She's like standing on like a platform to make her taller. It's actually pretty funny. But they're like wilding out behind the scenes.
There's another thing. So there's been like actually like billboards and like digital screens that shows like, if you're a villain or if you're a superhero and you need like lawyer representation, like you can call She-Hulk, and it has a 1-877 number that you can actually call. So you can call the number, and Jennifer or Jen will pick up the phone and leave a voicemail. Like it's basically a voicemail message. And like her boss is like, no, don't do that yourself. Do that She-Hulk. And she's like, we sound the same. She's like, no, just do it. And she's like, it's just voice. Like they won't know it's me. They're like, just do it. And so you hear like her clothes rip, and then she just talks again. It's actually really funny. So if you ever have a chance, dial 1-877 She-Hulk and just listen to what goes on. It's really fucking funny. It's it makes me think of back when I was a kid, like you were watching like G.I. Joe or something like that, and it'd be like a number that flash off, and you will call it, but you didn't know it was $1 a minute, but you still called it. But it makes me it reminds me of popcorn.
Yeah,
And you would call popcorn or movie phone. That's a good example.
popcorn just for the
To find
time.
out the movie times.
Isn't that fucking crazy? Can you imagine like trying to explain to the kid that we had a phone number to tell the time? That sounds so fucking absurd today.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like there's a clock everywhere.
Yeah. Well, it was even crazy that like it would always be in 10-second increments when they would do the beep. So like, I would always sit there with my watch on like 12, just waiting for the beep so I can like perfectly sync it up with the with the phone's popcorn system. So when we say popcorn, so basically on your phone, shit, I don't know how to explain
Your
this.
home phone.
So on your home on a landline, I think it does a cell phone too. There's little letters that are above the numbers, and what you do is you'll spell out popcorn.
Yeah, there's some
letters on it. I wonder if it still works. I'm very curious.
No,
I know. I think it's been
they
discontinued a while ago.
They
They actually had like a huge like goodbye ceremony or whatever.
Yeah.
Like net, or if you call, I think it said thank you for like using the service or some shit like that. They had like a huge thing about it. It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. I wonder what happened if you did call it right now.
I don't know.
Do it.
Like some guy named Bubba picks up like, God damn it, I don't have the time for you.
Yeah,
it's time for you to get a watch.
There also used to be a number to call, or movie phone. You'd be able to call and get. You could hear what was playing and what time it played, and it had the movie phone guy. He's actually in a movie, like a parody of himself. It's actually pretty funny.
Oh, hold on.
Doesn't he?
I think it might.
Did you dial it?
Is popcorn back?
It only works in, I think, just the San Francisco Bay Area.
Oh, whoa! That's gotta be interesting.
I don't know if I want to call it though now.
Yeah, I can always call it tomorrow. Do it on your lunch break. See what happens.
Yeah.
Speaking of voices, I think I probably mentioned this on the podcast before, but did you know? I mean, I'm pretty sure guys do know, but like the voice for AOL that you got mail was an actual person. Like it wasn't like a audio voice, whatever. Yeah. Every time I think about that, it just trips me out. It's like, no way, that guy cannot. That has to be, because I always thought it was like synthesized voice, but like the fact that it was actual guy is like crazy. But the kids out there won't know that either because AOL has been gone. At least You Got Mail has been gone since fucking like 2001 or something.
Has it been that long? Yeah, I guess so.
Oh wait, I think it does. Hold on, let me make sure. I'm gonna call the number and see.
Okay. Live on the air, we're calling popcorn. See if it'll give us time.
We're calling the pass, basically.
Oh yeah.
Actually, what would be the number for popcorn? So looking at my keypad, it'll be
767-2676, I think.
That's actually pretty easy. Yeah.
Is that
and it works for every area code.
Oh
yeah,
Yeah, you don't need to punch in the area code. Just dial the number, and you're good to go.
Is it gonna work?
Oh
Are
yeah,
both
it
of
is
you?
still here. Hold on.
Oh shit.
For emergencies in your home, a simple alert device from Life Alert means
Oh, it's got a commercial in the beginning. This is hilarious. You guys hear it?
The TV commercial.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I can't get up. That's Life Alert, and they're standing by now with information. To hear the time and temperature, just stay on the line. Or for free details on the Life Alert emergency alert system.
Brought to you by Life Alert.
Yeah.
Today is Wednesday, September 7th.
There you go.
The current time, 9:20 p.m. And the temperature, 72 degrees.
What? It is not 22.
It's only in San Francisco.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
I call San Francisco.
Okay.
So
there
yes,
you
it
Wow,
exists with a commercial.
That's hilarious.
And they give you the weather too. Before it was just the time. It was like at the beep, it'll be 9, 20, and 10 seconds.
Mhm.
Beep.
That was kind of amazing. I didn't know it still exists.
A little blast in the past, so it's updated, but still running. Okay.
Well, the whole Life Alert thing made me think of like that whole I fallen I can't get up. Like I thought maybe they were trying to do like a little comedy bit there, but I guess Life Alert is an actual thing now.
Yeah, it's been a thing for a while. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah.
Hilarious. Well, there you
Did
go.
I do that?
Live and direct popcorn still works for you young and kids. So if you have a cell phone, you can call it.
Why look at
Even
the time on your cell phone when you can just call somebody and
Yeah.
get the time?
That's true. But
Well,
your cell phone
it-
has the time.
Dude, I remember there was an episode of Full House where DJ she goes to high school and she gets cut. She doesn't get bullied, but like she's like nobody wants to really talk to her. She goes to a phone booth and she calls popcorn and she's sitting in the phone like actual phone booth, like the thing that Superman transformed into or switch clothes in. She's in one of those eating her lunch, pretend like she's talking to somebody. She's talking to popcorn, and you can hear the popcorn voice over the phone, which. I don't know. I just thought about that right now. I thought that was kind of funny and sad. Yeah. She couldn't have nobody talk to, so she talked to popcorn.
That is
Awesome.
sad. I want to talk about some other shows in a second, but actually I want to give an update on the Steam Deck real quick.
Oh yeah.
Oh
good.
yeah.
Sorry. Just buy one, goddammit. All right? Just buy one. Just saying. So I did some modifications to my Steam Deck. I actually bought a D-brand skin. This is not brought to you by D-brand, but after actually using the product, it's actually pretty good, to be honest with you. This one was a little bit harder to put on than probably most skins on a device because usually you don't have to worry about so many goddamn curves, but the Steam Deck is a curvy bitch. So this is my Steam Deck now.
Oh, she's thick.
Yeah, and it's got carbon fiber all over it.
Yeah, carbon fiber.
So even on the back. So it's you see how you can even see like the valve thing behind it. I think you can a little bit. Yeah. So all these curves are kind of like a pain in the ass. They said use a hair dryer and like just well, if you guys can see like the actual detail here, I actually did a pretty good job with like the curves everywhere. So they said use a hair dryer, but if I wouldn't use a hair dryer, I would just buy a fucking heat gun. That's what I did. I bought one of these things, like an actual heat gun. This is what it looks like. And it gets hotter faster, and it gives you consistent heat. And this one's variable. It costs like $20, maybe $30. But it made it way easier to get around all those curves and shit like that, and actually push all the creases out because they said just use like your finger and stuff like that. But using your fingers to get like the edge like creases out is like damn near impossible. Luckily, I bought a D-brand tempered glass, a screen protector, and inside of it, they actually do a really good job with like their packaging. It's like.
Yeah.
So this is the screen protector case. So if you open this up, they have like this really cool. It comes with two, which is kind of nice. And inside of the box is like this little squeegee thing that's like really cool. And I use this little thing to actually get all the edge, like all the creases out of the edges. They came in super handy. So, and like their packaging is real nice.
Now that you have a heat gun, you could wrap your car.
I could.
And a squeegee too.
Yeah, if I was confident that wasn't gonna fuck it up, but yeah, this one was pretty hard to do for me anyway. But it only took me like maybe 20, 30 minutes, so it wasn't that bad. Just got to be careful.
That's cool. There's something I just recently I can't think what it was. There's something I just recently bought like a wrap for, and I went to try to put it on, and like I tried my best not to get like bubbles or like creases in there, but it was damn near impossible.
Was it a wrap or like a?
It was like a vinyl wrap.
Oh
to put on
yeah,
something.
just get a heat gun, man. Like,
Yeah,
makes it super
What the
easy
hell
because
was it?
it gets like really pliable, and then as you're if you get a bubble in there and you use the heat gun, you can just use it to draw it out, and it comes out like super easy. So at least mine did, but like because I had legit like creases that I didn't think were gonna come out. I was like, well, I guess I'm just gonna have these jagged ass things in my fucking palms now. But using the heat gun and like drawing the creases out, it made it super easy.
So does it like shrink the vinyl, or does it make it more, I guess, pliable?
It makes it more pliable. So and actually a little more sticky, and you can stretch it a little bit more, a little bit too, because it's more pliable. So yeah, heat expands. So that's my tip to you. If you ever do vinyl wraps, buy a fucking heat gun.
I'm really trying to figure out what the hell I shrink wrap recently. Not shrink wrap, but vinyl wrap recently. Well, I don't. My son has like this little kitchenette, and I put vinyl wrap on that, but that was simple. It was flat. But there's something I did recently. I was like complicated as hell. And I cut it to get the crease out.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
Like I can get out of it.
like a hair dryer will probably work, but like I said, the heat gun it's just easier because it gets hotter than a hair dryer. At least mine does.
Yeah.
It gets super fucking hot. I forget the actual.
Yeah, you worry about like burning your deck, your Steam Deck.
No, because I mean you just move it around a lot. You just move it,
Mm.
and it's fine. Yeah, temperature gets as high as 1,112 degrees, so 600 degrees Celsius it can get up to, which is quite warm. And I don't think a hair dryer would do that.
Area.
What's up?
I said that's about as hot as it was in the Bay Area today.
Yeah,
so.
basically, it was a nice breeze.
Just wrap your consoles or whatever outside and you'll be fine. Well, you may be not because you fucking probably burst the flames.
Yeah, you might dehydrate before you're done.
Yeah.
Just be a husk on the side of the road. Let's get back into some more shows. Did any of you watch the Rings of Power yet?
Not yet.
Oh, shit. All right.
That's another one though. I'm reading more hate and vitriol than I am like watching the show. I've seen that.
That's because people are black in it.
Well, it's more than that. It's like
it's way more than that. But
yeah. I said it in the chat, but there's something that a lot of Americans like to pretend they don't hate, but they do through their actions. It's people of color and women, and if you're both, you're pretty fucked. So, like, I don't like all the hate they just keep bringing. Like, you can watch a show about fucking dragons and fucking magic and all kind of crazy shit, dwarves and elves and all these things, and white people in America just want to pretend that that's all European shit. It's like, all right, I'm pretty sure there weren't fucking dragons in Europe. I'm pretty sure. And there wasn't elves or dwarves either. It's all just made up bullshit. So
What are you talking about? I saw a dragon last week, man.
yeah. Well, you were chasing the dragon. I told you to stop doing heroin, man.
Oh shit! Right. Damn it.
You drink LSD this week? Like fuck.
But yeah, people were super mad about some of the dwarves are black, and like one of the main characters is a woman, even though they reference her in the original Lord of the Rings, and they just want to pretend that a woman didn't take down one of the most dangerous motherfuckers in the original books. So like when she stabbed the dude in the face, like nobody complained about that. Like not as much as this, but all
Dude,
of a sudden,
when I saw it in the theater, people cheered.
yeah. But people are just getting more and more bigoted and racist in this country, and it's amazing. Like I've been watching a lot of videos recently about like the baby boomer generation and like the people that raised them, and like these are like videos that were taken like in the 60s and the 50s, and like just seeing like the sentiments that they had back then. It's like very little has actually changed. Like a lot of the things you can just do a voiceover with what's happening today, and it's fucking sad. We're just going back into that time where people were just assholes to anybody that didn't look like them, and yeah, just enjoy the. I mean, it's a fantasy show. Like, I don't understand like why you would get mad over the color of somebody's skin in a show, or if they're a woman or not. Oh, I'm not how to tell anybody this, but women make up like half the people on the fucking planet, and so it's well beyond time that they actually get shit marketed towards them that isn't just fucking keeping up with the Kardashians or some bullshit reality shows. Like that's not all women want that. I assume. I'm not a woman. I don't fucking know, but we see women are getting into some of these fantasy things in comic books and video games. Let's be a bit more welcoming about that shit instead of being just assholes about it. Like if you don't like the show, I guess don't watch it. But people that haven't watched the show at all, or they just saw that there's a woman in it, they get so fucking mad about the woman. I'm just like, dude, why are you so mad about a woman being there? It's like almost like you have a thing against them for no reason at all.
I've seen. So what I have seen, on top of that, there's more. Is that there's people who are like, this is not Tolkien work. This isn't what he would wanted. This isn't like his tone or story or whatnot. And I'm like, this is based off of one of his books. So this is based off of a book that talks about the history of, way before The Hobbit. It's a shorter book. There's also a book that he didn't finish that his estate has in their possession. I know they leaked, I guess back when the Lord of the Rings came in the theater, they released a couple pages online. So some of this stuff it was written by Tolkien, and then what was filled in the blank was by his family, his descendants came together and wrote out what they thought, based on his notes, because they have access to his notes. Nobody else does. So his notes on what he didn't finish, they kind of compiled everything together, used references and whatnot to flesh out the show. Like, this show wouldn't be done without his family's involvement. And I guess with his great grandson, he's one of the producers. If you look, there's a Tolkien as an executive producer on the show, writers on the show. You can see there's Tolkien's in there, and these people are just trying to eviscerate it. Now, I understand criticism, like, well, they feel like the pacing and the acting may not be there, but there's people who are just like, this isn't Tolkien's work. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Well, that's kind of odd because wasn't Galadriel was in the original books?
She is in the
That's why
original.
I'm like, but no,
she's in The Hobbit, I believe so.
What? No, she was in Lord of the Rings. Like that's
Yeah,
the,
she is.
Yeah, that's the old ass. The one that got all crazy about like getting the ring.
Yeah, and the best one I saw is there was a handful of guys. They're mad. They're like, why is Sauron white? Why is he a white guy? I was just like, seriously? This is the greatest shit ever. Oh, see, that shit I've been reading. I thought that's fucking funny.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I don't even get that shit.
You haven't seen that? Dude, there's been a few people like, why is Sauron white? Why does he got to be white? Like, this is hella funny.
Well,
I'm gonna keep
my question is, for the black folks on the show, how are their wigs? Because Hollywood is very, very bad at making shitty ass black folks wigs.
I mean, they tried, I guess.
Yeah. Damn.
I mean, I think most people focus on his ears.
Say again?
Yeah.
I think most people focus on his ears. Okay, there we go. Christian Crawler in the chat, he got it because I didn't know how to pronounce the name of the prequel book. There's a book before the Hobbit. It's called the Silmarillion. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's written hella weird. But there's a bunch of that book is technically a history book of Middle Earth.
It's barely even a book, though, from what I understand.
Yeah, yeah. It is barely a book. It's more like a what do they call it? It's more like a atlas, kind of, sort of. It's like Cliff Notes, really. That's what it is. It's like Cliff Notes before you get to the Hobbit. So, even though it's written after the Hobbit and after the Lord of the Rings.
How do you? Yeah. Hold on, I got to see how I pronounce that word. Let's see.
I don't know how to pronounce. I believe it's pronounced Silmarillion.
We're gonna see in a second. Oh, they're not speaking. Oh, wait.
Silmarillion.
All right, that's how they say it.
Okay.
Can you hear it?
Silmarillion.
No, I can't hear shit.
Okay. Well, the people can hear. I guess you're not people. My bad.
Oh,
the people listening besides you can hear.
Yeah, I'm one of the what do they call them? What do they call us? Not immortals, but like along those lines. Endless. There you go. Like fucking Sandman and shit. One of the endless. Yeah. I do want to see this. I want to see what these trolls are going off about. I'm probably going to watch the first 3 episodes back to back, probably next week, but I think this is hella fun. Okay.
Well, this is great. Sorry, I kind of went back to the popcorn thing, but the voice of popcorn was a woman. Her name was Joanna Daniels.
Yeah.
And she was a resident of Atlanta.
I do remember that.
And the way that the system works is that I guess basically she just read like the times, like different times, different minutes, and different seconds. And there's a tape reel that basically will play one part, then play the minutes, and then play the seconds. And it just had it synced up, but it's kind of crazy. I'm reading this on KQED website right now.
Oh, there you go.
She said like a part of her was going away when they decided to discontinue popcorn.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, I think the trolling shit has been almost more. I haven't seen the content itself, but the trolling shit has been very entertaining, to say the least. So there you go.
Well, from that, I guess we'll just, since you guys haven't watched it yet, we'll go on to something you guys probably have watched, which is House of the Dragon. Probably similar issues with people like trolls. But have you guys caught up on House of the Dragon?
I have. I just watched.
This is Cisco's group, right? Like Drew Hill.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly. That's Enter the
Yeah.
Dragon, or maybe that was Bruce Lee.
Oh,
I don't know, something about a dragon. Yeah,
no, I think they did have an album called Enter
I
Dragon.
thought he did. Yeah, I think they had a
Yeah,
red
they
dragon on the
did.
cover, right? It's all stylized and
Yeah.
shit.
Sure. I don't know. I'm not a big Drew Hill fan. I mean, I respect him, but
That was Cisco on his own without Drew
Mm.
Hill. Blue, do you watch House of the Dragon? I saw that super hype
Nope.
pitch. That was weird. you don't watch it at all? Are you interested in
No,
watching it?
I tried. I just got lost with the incest and the wedding of murders and frozen people and trolls and short people and a giant door holding guy and I don't know what the fuck's going on in the show. There's too much fucking happening.
There is. A lot
I
going
live the show vicariously through you guys. So
on. Okay.
okay.
All right. Why don't you start us off?
everything I know about that show is from this podcast.
So Blue's gonna start us off on this one since he doesn't. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, there's a dragon, right?
Yeah, there's dragons is plural.
And it had sex with a donkey.
Yeah, and it was definitely in Europe. They were like, we're in England. We're super Anglo-Saxon.
Mm-hmm.
Why are there black people here all of a sudden? Fuck, I'm fucking angry.
And they come from eggs.
That's all bad.
They're not like sharks who get hatched out of
Yeah.
the belly.
Why are there black people here all of a sudden?
What
God.
do you mean, you people? Anyway, go ahead on, Ninja. Start it off
Oh
for
my
us.
god. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Shit. So there's a time jump in this episode.
Yeah, that was
Right?
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it was super weird. So it literally goes from like where we left off in the previous episode, where the crab people are messing up people, and then we see like there's just rows of bodies that are like crucified to these like posts, and they just let like crabs like just pick them away. And then, like, out of the shadows comes this big-ass fucking B-52 dragon coming through, just burning everything. The problem was the dragon was killing the people that were supposed to save as well as the people that were accosting them.
Just giving them a quick death, an honorable death.
Yeah, it was
My
all-
crabs, I guess.
yeah, it was maybe. Yeah, I guess you get a quick death. Yeah, because there's this scene where dude literally gets stomped in half by the dragon. I was just like, oh, he was supposed to save that guy, but I guess.
Hold on, the little backstory. That was a fucked up part because he was like, yes, because he just got staked to the ground. The crabs are coming up on his face and shit, and then he's still like cursing the crab dude, and then he's like, my lord's gonna save me, Lord Draymond. It's Draymond, right? His name?
It's Damon.
Damon.
Like
I'm thinking of Draymond, the basketball player.
Draymond Green.
Yeah.
Draymond Green's gonna save me with his powers of basketball.
Yeah, he definitely couldn't do that because there's no black people allowed in there, or basketball for that matter. So, anyway, so he's like, oh, yeah, he's coming. Like, he sees the dragon coming. He's like, yes, I'm going to be saved. And then the dragon's burning everything around him, and then he lands right on him and just crushes him.
Like literally
Yeah.
rips his body off, like his top torso's hanging off the thing.
Yeah.
You see this look of like, oh shit on his face. He's fucking dead.
He had a bad fucking day.
Dead. Oh, like he had a terrible day. Then he had all the hope in the world that he was gonna be saved, and then he gets ended.
Yeah, stepped on by a dragon.
Oh,
And I'm pretty
damn.
sure still eaten by crabs.
Oh yeah, right after. Oh yeah, definitely. Unless, yeah, pretty sure.
I hope he bled out fast because he didn't step on his head.
No, he stepped
So-
on his torso. He ripped his torso right off his body.
Yeah.
All bad. But then, like, we see this attack, and then it jumps 2-3 years ahead, I guess. So, like,
No, this was after the jump, I think.
No, this is before the jump. The episode start. I just finished, like, literally before the podcast. I just turned off the episode. It starts this way, and then we jump ahead because we find out that this conflict has lasted 4 years. This incident starts a 3-year battle between the Dragonstone and what they call the the crabbers. They call them.
crabbers.
Yeah, they literally call them the crabbers, but they're known as the not not sea pirates. Damn, they're known as this like a sea people or whatever. But the Crabbers versus Dragonstone. They're a 3-year fight. The king refuses to add his forces to the fight because it's a fight that his brother started against the ruling of the crown. So it's been 3 years of fighting. The king has a son. The king has a 2-year-old son. And the king is like, well, they've been battling. He literally turns to his aide who comes to him and is like, hey, Dragonstone needs reinforcements. They're losing. They're probably going to lose by the end of the year. He's like, well, they've been fighting for 3 years. Like, kind of like, that's that. But it's my son's name day. It's his son's birthday. So can we do this later? Guy's like, nah, we're going to have to deal with this sooner or later. Because if we don't, they could try to move inland. He's all, you know what? I'm not trying to hear that right now. It's my son's birthday. Then we see that his wife, who happens to be Rhaenyra, his oldest daughter's best friend, is pregnant with another fucking kid. She's like 9 months pregnant. Or 8, she's like 8 to 9 months pregnant. He busted all kinds in his teenage wife. All kinds. And so we get this, like, I guess there's a celebration called the Hunt, where they're supposed to hunt a great beast of the forest for his son. And there's a bunch of politicking going around because he wants his daughter Rhaenyra to marry. And she's like, well, I'm not a piece of meat to be bartered or for you to gain favor or for you to gain influence or power. I was supposed to be the queen. Now you have a son. Your son's going to end up being king. There's this whole back and forth. Because she now has a firstborn son, even though he's an infant and younger than her, he technically has a stronger claim to the throne than his daughter, who he named his heir before his son was born. So she technically is supposed to be the next in line to succeed the Iron Throne, but his son apparently has a higher claim because of tradition. So there's that, and then he wants her to get married and have kids. So he tries to force a Lannister on her, and typical Lannister fashion, the dude's a dick. Dude's a total dick. He talks to her like she's some kind of like, he talks to her like she's kind of like a whore, but he just doesn't call her a whore. And she's like, well, I don't want your dick anyway, so I'm gonna dip. She gets mad. She takes off. The guy that she named to her father's court, he takes after her. They have like a little
Sir Christos. Christos?
Yeah,
Christos?
Yeah. Crystal? It's Christos, yeah. So he's from not a noble house because of her word that his family has been elevated to the highest.
It's Sir Kristen Cole.
Sir Cole or
Sir
Sir Kristen?
Kristen Cole.
So he goes by.
They just call him Sir Kristen usually.
Yeah. So he's like her. Because she's royalty, she can't go out by herself. Even though she tried, someone has to go with her. Someone's got to protect her. So she has a little thing about him and her. They don't have a romantic thing, but she does spew out all of her feelings. Like, hey, everyone thinks I'm just supposed to marry and have kids when I'm supposed to be the next one on the throne. He kind of keeps it kind of like everyone's gonna follow your lead no matter what, whether you're queen or princess, doesn't matter. Everyone respects you. She's like, nobody respects me. They have the little thing going on. They have the hunt. Apparently, there's a albino deer or steed, and it's supposed to be a sign from the god.
He's white. Yeah, he's not really albino.
Is he white or he looked albino to me? Even though he's CGI.
Well, yeah, it's white. I mean, albino would have like red eyes and shit, right? And like,
he's not a vampire. But...
Well, no, that's what albinos have usually, red eyes.
One of the traits.
But you don't really see its face. You see all of its like fucking coat. That's like fucking Snow White. And so they want to kill the white. They call it. What do they fucking call it? They don't even call it a deer or a steed. They call it something else. Some word I haven't really seen. It's probably some old English word, but they want to kill it for the son. Big honor. It's supposed to be like huge.
Hold on.
But
I'm sorry. In case somebody albino listens to this podcast, that was apparently a fucking myth. Not all albinos have red eyes. Most of them actually have blue eyes. So, myth smashed. Let's look that up. So, I went to school with an albino. He actually did have red eyes, which is weird. So, apparently.
Okay. So, getting this steed would have been a great honor. Killing this, but then they end up catching a different buck or steed or whatever, and they get the king to kill it, but They make him look like kind of a bitch because he can't kill on the first strike. Got to do a couple strikes. So the king has this moment where he kind of melts down. He's drunk, and there's a moment with his wife where he talks about he had a dream. And this is the second time in the series he's talked about a dream that was kind of like a premonition, where he had a dream that he had a son, and his son had a crown, and his son was on the throne. And he prayed, and he hoped to relive the dream, to see the dream, to see his son. And after all these years, he didn't get a son, so he kind of gave up. And then he finally gets a son, but he already named his daughter to be his heir, and he wants to honor her and let her keep her rightful ascension to the throne. But everyone in the realm during the hunt is assuming that his son, his firstborn son, will take the Iron Throne no matter what. And he doesn't want to renege back on his daughter. He wants to be, he wants to have a relationship with her. And they had a falling out throughout the whole episode. Towards the end of the episode, they kind of reconcile. And he reaffirms that I named you my heir. You have a responsibility. You will be queen because I said it. And everyone pledged to you. And he said, I just need you to marry to make sure we have a bloodline that goes on. Because he's paying attention that people are starting to kind of doubt him. So he's like, we need to make sure the Targaryen name is still out there. Make sure you have all kinds of babies. Make sure you buzz deep inside, and we'll be okay.
He told her to multiply.
Yeah, go forth, and multiply.
Does this follow any book lore or anything, or is it just like a Amazon original? Or
no, there is a book. It's based off of fuck. I can't remember the name of the book. I was just looking at it. Actually,
it's Amazon, right, or is it HBO?
Oh, it's HBO Max.
Okay.
It is on HBO Max. A new episode will be tomorrow. There's an episode tomorrow night or tonight. Is it tonight? Tonight at midnight or tomorrow at midnight? One of those two.
For what show?
For House of the Dragon. Oh, it's on Sunday. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sundays. So House of the Dragon is based on Fire and Blood.
There you go.
But House of the Rings, that's on Amazon, right? What's
What are the what? Sir.
Ring of Power.
Sir.
The Ring of Power, that's what it was.
Rings of Power. It's plural.
Yeah.
And for some reason, that made me think of like Ring of Power, made me think of like a old school like anime or cartoon or video game. Like you had to collect. Actually, it makes me think of Sonic. We had to collect the different Chaos Emeralds, and then like power up. But, yeah.
This book came out in 2018. Fire and Blood. This came out during like the airing of Game of Thrones.
Yep, it was him not writing. What was the next book he's supposed to write? It's been
yeah, he wasn't writing. Yeah, I didn't even know that. And that sequel is still not out. What, like 4 years later or whatever?
Yeah,
still not out. So he wrote a couple of like prequel novels, and he said he's gonna write sequel novels. So we shall see. I mean, hopefully the guy is still. He's kind of up there, but he's still writing. So
he's 73, but
that's up there, man.
It is, especially given his, he doesn't look great.
Nope. He's a heavy man. He's a heavy-set man, or as they used to say, healthy. So the last of the Game of Thrones books was 2011, and then The Winds of Winter was supposed to be the sequel. It's still not out. It's been 11 years, but he wrote prequel books.
Yeah, he's writing 2 books: the Winds of Winter and A Dream of Spring.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know he's released, I guess, a couple of chapters online just to abate people's thirst, but apparently it's not enough. So we shall see. But yeah, that was episode 3. It was a lot more back and forth and a little bit of particular. Oh shit! I'm sorry, I fucked this all up. There's a huge fucking fight between Daemon Targaryen and the Crab People.
Let me set this up though. This is the best thing ever. This is like the ultimate fuck you. You can't help me.
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, this dude's been fighting, against these Crab People
for years.
And he's been doing like not the vast majority of the work, but a lot of work. He's been on his goddamn dragon every day, torture motherfuckers. But they keep going in the caves, so he can't get them all. And so his brother, the king, decides to finally reconcile with his brother and send him help. And he ends up getting the actual letter for help right when they're called Valerians, right?
I believe so. Valoran is either Valoran or Valerian.
The black people. I was calling
What?
The Negroes.
yeah.
Why you gotta do this?
When they basically they had enough. They were just like, look, we ain't winning. You can keep sending that dragon, but they keep going to those caves, and we keep not. They keep harassing us, and we're losing ground, we're losing money, we're losing men, we're losing everything. And so basically, Daemon, he comes up, and they was just like, yeah, it's basically you need to figure out what to do because this ain't working. And then right before he's about to give like maybe a speech to like give up or whatever, a carrier comes, a messenger comes with the letter from the king.
Before you go on, there's one kid who hasn't had enough. He comes up with like a Hail Mary plan. It's a suicide mission, and that's when when Kronos was saying he's about to get the speech, he gets the letter.
Yeah, he gets a letter and he reads it and he gets super pissed. He ends up taking his helmet and just beating the shit out of the messenger. It's like, you're doing the thing they know supposed to do. Like, we all know this. You don't kill the messenger.
Yeah, he did.
Well, I don't think he killed him. He definitely disfigured his ass, though.
Yeah,
with his helmet.
He bashed his head in until they pulled him off of the messenger.
I'm pretty sure he got some of the meat out. Just
Oh,
but look, they were getting him up. So I mean,
yeah, I mean,
anyway.
maybe.
So next scene is Daemon going on a boat out to like the crab shores, walking past like all these people getting eaten by crabs, and he grabs he basically makes a little white flag, waves it, in the crab feeder. That's what his name is, the crab feeder.
Oh, that's what. Okay, but they call them. There's a different name for their people, though. Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, you look it up, and I'll keep going. So the crab feeder sees him, waving his white flag, and then he pulls his sword out, he sticks it out in the air, he's on his knees and shit. So the crab feeder sends out his people. He gets people on the ridges, pointing, bows and arrows at him. Other people come and disarm him. And as the people are walking up to disarm him, like they're telling the people with the bows and arrows to knock, and pull, like draw. And if he does anything, you like shoot his ass. So as soon as somebody comes up to grab his sword, he grabs it, but then Daemon grabs like his short sword, just eviscerates this dude in front of him, grabs his sword and just goes on a goddamn murderous rampage. Like I was kind of impressed because he was just running through probably like a good, I would say 40 dudes without a problem as he's running from getting shot by arrows. Because the people that saw him do this, they were just like, oh, like he's killing people, so let's start shooting. There's volleys of arrows, and he's just running through on a murder rampage, just killing everybody. Eventually, he does get shot a couple times, but it was like it took a minute, for him to before he got semi-stopped, and then he's like stuck inside of like this boat that was like sunk, and arrows are coming in. He's getting protected by the boat as all these arrows are coming in, and the crab feeder sends out all his men, and they all come out going for him. He's surrounded, and then all of a sudden, the dragon comes. Not his dragon. I thought his dragon was going to come, but another dragon comes, torches everybody around him, and then the rest of the black people, the brothers come out with their forces, and they get to work.
Out the hood.
Yeah, like let's jump them. No,
Yeah,
they come out and just
get him.
start fucking up everybody.
Wearing Tim.
And then
So
I got a bottle.
It is Valerian.
in the hand.
House Valerian. VELARN. Yeah, because there's also the speech because they talk about High Valerian, but I think that's spelled differently.
And also there's the Valerian steel, which is very important later on in the timeline. Anyway, crab feeder, he basically sort of makes a run for it, but Daemon was like, no, I'm coming for that ass. So he follows him into the cave, and he comes out with basically his arm and like a quarter of his torso, and just drags him out. The guts all just dragging behind him. And yeah, he the crab feeder had a bad day. So he had a really bad day. But that was the ultimate. Basically, Damon, he got to work before like the bulk of help from his brother came.
Yeah, he was so pissed off at his brother offering aid that he was willing to risk dying instead of accepting aid from his brother or asking for aid because it was not him who asked for aid, as I talked about earlier. It was like, um, it was a cousin. It was one of the cousins. They asked for aid because they're like, "Hey, we're getting fucked up. We're running out of rations. We're running out of men." When you see that part, you see ships getting sank. They're getting catapulted on or whatnot. Actually, they don't call them catapulted. I just see crab feeder. I don't see the freaking the house, the land that they're from, but I'll probably get it later. It was crazy.
But this episode actually keeps hammering home. Like I'm pretty sure, I'm like 95% sure that Daemon poisoned the throne. Because I don't know if y'all noticed, but the king is now missing 2 fingers from the same infection. So I'm pretty sure he poisoned the throne, and every little poke that the king is getting is slowly killing him.
Yeah, that was that's the way it pretty much ends. He cuts this dude in half.
Throne with all the swords and stuff, or is there like a different throne?
Yeah, it's the one with the Iron Throne. It's the sword. The throne looks like a bunch of swords.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm pretty sure the brother basically, I think he's poisoning like all the blades on it. So when the king sits down, he gets poked a little bit. He gets infected by something.
Kind of jumping back to the whole Drew Hill's album. It actually was called Enter the Drew, not Enter the Dragon.
There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
their second album.
There's a dragon on the cover though, right?
No, it's just
No?
them.
Oh, I'm just tripping. All right.
Yeah. Unless maybe Cisco had one that was called actually Enter the Dragon. I should text my little brother, find out. He would know. Actually, let's see.
It's actually pretty cool to see.
Oh yeah. So Cisco did have a solo album called Enter the Dragon.
Yeah, there we go.
There's Unleash the Dragon. There's Return of the Dragon, and then the Last Dragon.
And there was House of the Dragon.
And there was the Apartment of the Dragon.
Yeah.
The Mansion of the Dragon.
little casita of the dragon.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say Spanish. I'm sorry. I don't know how to say. Shit. Something else in Spanish.
House?
I forgot what it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
so
dragon. I don't know how to say dragon in Spanish.
actually, I don't know either. So they refer to the crab feeder and the people as. Actually, no. Their ruler's known as the sea snake. So the master Driftmark. I guess that's who they're fighting, but they call them the crab feeders.
Another part of the triarchy. I keep mentioning that shit. So.
Yeah, that was wild. But Damon, he was so prideful to not get help from his brother. He's like, I'm either gonna win this or die trying. Instead of get help from my brother, I thought that was some wild shit right there. But it was just
Dragon in Spanish is continua.
I can see how people are mad about the Corliss because he's black. Because I guess he's described in the book as a white guy. But listen, hey, y'all took Jesus from black people, so whatever. There's been so many fucking people that have been whitewashed throughout history.
It's all bad.
Yeah, especially for inventors. Like, there's a college that's having like basically a course that where they're gonna try to include people of color for game developing, but like one of the inventor of the console that you can swap out the console was created by a black guy, and I feel like I probably know that from something else, but like it's still very shocking that like that's not like common knowledge.
Actually, I tweeted about that I think earlier this week, and I'll tell you the guy's name. I remember because there's a thing about it. So USC has so his name is Gerald A. Lawson, and USA and PlayStation PlayStation donated $3 million in a multi-year partnership with USC Games to promote black and people of color with their own like entryway into making games. So I thought it was, and they called it, they named it after Gerald A. Lawson because he was one of those figures that was kind of lost throughout history by what Blue said. Like most people didn't know that it was a black guy that made a console that you can take a cartridge out and replace it with another to change your games. So, yeah.
Well,
Like I always thought, like whether like I would say like Atari was the first. At least when I think of it, Atari is like the first that I would think of to be able to do that with like the 2600, I think, or maybe a console even before that they were able to do that. But
ColecoVision could do it too.
There was a console before the Atari.
I'm just gonna look that up.
I can't remember the fucking name. It was like it starts with an A, I think.
Atari? No.
No, sorry. Can't remember the freaking name.
I'll tell you right now, it's called the Channel F.
Press F for respect.
Yeah, and that's Jerry Lawson is the guy who made that. So yeah.
Cronus, have you had a chance to watch more Paper Girls?
Shit, I haven't. I need to get back on that because obviously I was a huge fan of the comic books, and I watched the first one before it came out, and I was impressed. I was hoping that Kay would want to watch it with me, but she was way more into watching
Rings of Power.
No. Even more than
Sandman?
that. No, A League of Their Own. She goes way more into that.
Oh, okay.
She loved that show.
I kind of want to know how that's gonna go because it's a remake of a movie, which the movie was really good. So
honestly, it's better than the movie. However, it's way more as it should be. It's way more female centric, and it delves in way more into like racial issues and LGBTQ issues in it. So if you're not into that, then don't watch it. But if you want to have a more, if you want to see something that's kind of more historically accurate about the show or about that time period with women and people of color, then I definitely watch it. They definitely take the emphasis off of the Tom Hanks character in the show because he's kind of a dick and
crying in baseball.
Yeah, but it's definitely way more focused on the actual women, which that's the way it should be because it's a show about women.
Wait, quick little jump back. So regarding the first console, I'm not sure if you said this, but the first console that actually will allow you to switch out cartridge. Wait, actually no. It was the Fairchild Channel F.
Yes.
Did you say that already?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you said it already.
That's what I thought. I was like, okay, yeah, you give them F. Never mind. All right, cool. Back to
it's not on the list. I don't know if you guys saw this. When I saw this, I was super fucking hyped. So my dude is getting his own movie. Weird Al fucking Yankovic is getting his own parody biopic. So this shit is crazy. They got Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter himself, playing the titular Weird Al. And not a lot of people picked it up because I guess they're used to Weird Al wearing glasses, but it's in the trailer. He plays the lawyer. Like, nobody talked about that. I'm like, dude, that's Weird Al. But there's hella people in the movie. You got Evan Rachel Wood playing Madonna. Apparently in the movie, he has a torrid relationship with Madonna fueled with sex and drugs. And you got Rainn Wilson playing his, his mentor and inspiration, getting him his first gig. The trailer looked awesome. I was super hyped. Did anybody see this shit?
I watched the first trailer and it looked really good. It looked like it looked way more like drug fueled than I thought it was gonna be. For some reason, I see Weird Al Yankovic of being like this real not a Puritan guy, but like a clean dude, But let him do his thing with his accordion and shit. Do it drunk as fuck. I don't care.
Yeah, that's why I think this is a parody. I think it's also funny that he's in the film.
Well, it's kind of cool because the whole Weird Al, for him to be able to release the music that he did, he had to get rights for it, and it almost became a rite of passage for your music to be parodied by Weird Al. That's how you kind of made it because Weird Al would do a parody because he did Michael Jackson, fucking
he did Madonna.
My favorite one of all time is the not the Gangster Paradise one, but what's the other one he did recently?
Paradise.
White Nerdy. White Nerdy was my favorite. That was so good. But then he actually had another one that he did that was like hella good. Oh, I gotta look it up real quick because it's like he talked about like doing math, and it was like really like accurate of what he was talking about. Oh, what was that one called?
Even when he did Miss America, American Pie, and he made it about Jedi because it came out in '99 right when Phantom Menace came out, and it's basically soon I'm gonna be a Jedi. I think it's called I'm gonna be or I want to be a Jedi. I think that's the name of the song. Pretty awesome.
Oh, wow. Like actually, I did a quick like Google search because I was trying to find something out, and I actually landed on his webpage, and he's actually got a tour coming. It's called Weird Al Yankovic, The Unfortunate Return of the Ridiculously Self-Indulged in Ill-Advised Vanity Tour.
That's awesome. That's fucking super awesome. Dude, Weird Al, even though he's been like kind of in the background, he's had some success, some good success. He's had some hits actually. Like what Blue was talking about, White and Nerdy. That was like on the radio like constantly. It was so good. And then instead of Gangster's Paradise, there was Amish Paradise. So that one has a huge history where Coolio was so pissed about Weird Al trying to parody the song. He's all, "This is a serious song." Like he's yelling at him in the crowd, and like he's yelling at his agent. It was a huge mess. Like Coolio was like, he wasn't budging for nothing. He's not going to parody the song. Whatever Weird Al and his agent did, they managed to get the rights for them to parody the song, but it worked out. But just Coolio throwing a fit was just legendary. Like, it's Weird Al. Like, everybody else, like Michael Jackson and Madonna let him do it. Why aren't you doing this, Coolio? But he was so pissed.
For Michael Jackson, he actually, like, you let him use a set for Fat. Like, he used the same set and all the different stuff. Like, he actually helped pay for it. It was kind of crazy.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Word Crimes. Remember that song? That shit was hilarious. Because it was like blurred lines with his word crimes, and it was like, that's the one. Grammatically correct. Cool. Shit was hilarious.
Oh shit! No, I haven't seen it. I'm gonna watch it right after.
Definitely go look up Word Crimes by Weird Al Yankovic. It's pretty funny, and the video is pretty funny too. It's like a lyric video, but it's pretty funny. It's like when to use words and when not to use. You'll see. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, if you ever seen Transformers the movie, the 1986 animated like film, Weird Al's song. He does a song. I think it's Devo. I'm not sure, but he does a song called "Dare to Be Stupid." Oh, it's so good. It's an awesome song. It's actually weird because they use it during the action sequence, and it works because the guys that they're fighting, they like repeat TV lines like commercials. So they have this "Dare to Be Stupid" song playing. It's like a ridiculous fight with the ridiculous song in the background, but it comes out beautiful in the film. It's awesome.
I'm trying to see how many awards he have.
The weird thing about this is that this is a Roku original. Like, Roku makes movies. Like, what the fuck? So I'm planning on watching this one way or another. Actually, I have a free Roku from Xfinity cable, so I'm watching it when it drops. I don't care. It's gonna be awesome. So I'm excited. I feel like this is Weird Al's time to shine again. So I can't wait for this fucking movie.
What's the name of the movie?
Like,
is it just called Weird Al?
Weird. It's called Weird. The Tale of Al Yankovic, I believe. I think that's the official. Let me get the tagline right.
I'll find it.
His real name is Alfred Matthew Yankovic.
Hey, I'll take it.
Weird. The Al Yankovic story.
There you go. Well, everything else, I have all this other stuff coming up when I type Weird Al, like all these pictures. There's a picture of Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al. It's awesome. It's crazy because he's got this big old afro. So awesome. Yeah, back in the day, everyone was all about his movie. He had a movie called UHF.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
That's it. Should rewatch it. It's probably super offensive now, but I still want to see it.
That's probably why. It's probably even better now than it was then. God dang. But Weird Al's awesome. Yeah, the first thing that popped up, because my computer's listening to Blue, is Word Crimes. First video on this fucking search. I didn't even type in anything else. That's awesome. But
I gotta make a note to watch that later. Again.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think the film is out. I think this is out pretty soon. I think in the next couple weeks. But I'm excited. If you haven't seen it already, the trailers on our Facebook page. You can watch it there. It's, it's, I'm excited. I can't wait. Can't wait. When does this come out? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, it's out tomorrow. There you go. Out September 8th.
There you go.
There you
All right.
go. Somehow watch it this weekend. I'm going to be super excited. All right. Where y'all want to go to next? We got
I'm just looking at Weird Al's parody list. Like, holy shit, there's the guy's done so much work. That's like, and it it takes talent to be able to take like a song and like change it up and make it like funny. Like that's. I mean, it seems like it would be easy, but it's definitely a skill.
With an accordion, no less. He's famous for playing his accordion. I got something for Cronus because you're probably the closest to this. I don't know if Blue is reading this right now, but Flashpoint Beyond. Are you?
I'm not caught up with it. Obviously, I'm like at any given time right now. I'm like 2 weeks behind on comics because I have to get them mailed to me. But I guess I'll go pick up some tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll surprise them. But yeah, I'm probably at this point like 3-4 weeks behind. I think I'm at number 3 for that comic.
So yeah. So what?
Number 4, Flashpoint Beyond, right? Yeah, I need to read this one. So
once again, the media strikes again.
Yeah, don't tell me the name, but I know.
No, I'm not going to say the name.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put this out there for those of you who are caught up or have not gotten that far because you're in the same or a similar predicament to Cronus. There's been main media, like we're talking Entertainment Weekly, comicbook.com, a couple other ones. I think even Variety might have got in on this. But Flashpoint Beyond, which is a sequel to Flashpoint, the comic is talking about the Joker and how someone in the universe knows his real name and they speak his real name into the ether. I'm like, are you serious right now? If you haven't read this, why are you guys giving this away? Why aren't you telling people to go get it, go support it, instead of just releasing this like supposed, I guess, secret or whatnot? But no, they just want to plaster it. Because I read the article and they gave the name, and I'm like, dude, really? Y'all could have at least pulled a, DOJ and just redact the name.
Yeah, don't put the meat, but don't put the meat of your story in the actual headline. I mean, that kills.
No. It's not. They just say Joker's real name, but in the article they reveal.
Okay. Well, that's not. It's not as egregious as putting it in the head. That's what I hate the most.
So I personally think it is egregious that you are posting an article that is literally giving away a potential spoiler, a huge plot point, a secret or whatnot, and it's like, I would understand if you hinted like, hey, go read this book, something big happens, and they talk about the lead up and what's going on in the state of that universe at that time.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, but then at the end it's like, oh, this is, and this person knew and other people might knew, and then I guess there was another comic I didn't read. I think you read the Batman the Three Jokers.
Actually, I have them, but I haven't gotten a chance to read them because it's one of those things where it's the big books.
Oh, okay.
So
is it a graphic novel or is it?
I'll show you what I mean. Give me a second. It's like their Black Label. It's like an odd size. I'll show you in a second.
I've only seen like 2 of those, and I like kind of passed by them. But the thing about that is that in those 2, they mention those, and they give another kind of like secret thing. I know that the Three Jokers has been out for a little bit. I just haven't read them. There are other people that could be behind, but come on, at least the artists.
Even there's like a comic series where basically the Justice League become different new gods, and like Batman becomes the god of knowledge with the Morpheus chair, and he goes back in time and he finds out the Joker's real name, but they didn't. At least from what I remember, they never said what his name is. They never actually say what the Joker name was.
There are some books that do, and like in Alan Moore's The Killing Joke, which has been out for 4 decades. This isn't a secret, but his name is Jack Napier in that. And then in the Joker film, his name is Arthur Fleck, which is actually an old name from like an earlier, I think 70s reveal, which turned out to be a red herring. It was a fake name. Everyone thought it was a real name. And then there's I think there's one more, but still, there's been other names been used. But apparently, this is supposed to be the final, like the hidden, the smoking gun name or whatever. I'm just like, dude, why would you guys put this out there like this? Like, just let
Well,
let people read it and
if
find out.
if this is Flashpoint Joker, then we know the name of
No,
Joker
no,
because
Nope.
Joker
So-
is Thomas Wayne's wife. So
It is
it's
Martha
Martha
Wayne.
Wayne.
But that's the thing. Thomas Wayne's wife traveled the multiverse with another villain, and through that, she finds out the name of the Joker in the main DC
Right.
timeline.
Don't do it too much. Yeah, because
That's all-
I need to
I
read
need.
it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was mistaken. I thought it was one of these, the kind of the bigger ones. This is actually this is Batman Damned. This is where they show Batman's dick. So,
That's pretty.
but this a normal size comic would be like this. So if you see like
super thin, yeah.
yeah, so you see this is like magazine size sort of.
Oh,
like-
so it's like that's like. Hold on.
but it's actually it's a comic that looks sort of like this one. It's so it's like this looks like a normal size comic. It technically is, but it's thicker.
Yeah, like this
So,
here.
Yeah.
So if you can see, I'm holding up.
Yeah.
I'm holding up the Immortal Hulk.
It's a good one.
But this is I guess this is a trade because this is number 5. And put the camera.
Well, no, it's not a. Is that a trade? It's like is it a combination of books?
I believe so.
Okay, then yeah. It's a trade.
Hang on, let me open this.
But the Three Jokers was not. I mean, it probably is a trade now, but it came out as like individual comics.
Okay, so this is 4. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
4 comics in one book, but this is pretty thick. This is
That's-
thicker than.
That's the reasonable adult way to collect comics: is buying trades. Don't be an asshole like me and have fucking 35 boxes of comics in the background.
Too late, especially with these Star Wars books, because I didn't think they were gonna do trades.
Yeah.
But the thing was, some of those fucking variant covers are worth a lot of fucking money, and I had no idea. These motherfuckers, they didn't say shit to me.
No,
It is what.
You never know. Like
Yeah, I didn't know. I had no idea.
that's why I usually get variants when I get comics. If I have a chance, I'll get a variant and usually the original, because you never know like which ones are going to be worth money. Actually, you know what's cool? This is funny because like Ronan, I think it's Ronan King is his name in the chat. He actually just came to Discord, and it reminded me to like look up. I said I didn't like mount this, but he got this signed for me a while back. I talked about this before, and he sent me a letter, which is pretty
I've seen
cool.
that. I've seen that comic times.
But there's variants that are worth like quite a bit of money. I think I have like this one Hell to Pay is worth like well over $100, and it's
Damn.
like it's like Hell to Pay like number 3 or something like that. Hold on a second, and I have a bunch of the Cape and Cowl comics variants for Black Panther, which are worth money.
Yeah, if you can see that Cronus is digging through a box.
Yeah.
It's in his
There it
lap. This big ass box.
These are the ones that are worth money for me. So this is Hell to Pay number 3.
Oh.
Hell Arisen, sorry.
Hell Arisen ammo.
Yeah.
That's just Arisen. Then it's just Year of the Villain.
Yeah, and the
Or is
reason why it's worth money is because the first time you see not Joker.
Punchline.
Huh? Punchline, yeah, Punchline.
Yeah, so it was the same with the Star Wars the High Republic. Like literally day one, the variant cover was like $40 something day one.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I got the original cover, and I mean there was a bunch of them, but I think the original print, which I have, is worth less than the variant, but you know, it's worth more than what I bought it for. It's like $20. I bought it for like $7.
Holy shit. So I'm looking right now on eBay. They have this book, that comic I just showed you, the Hell Arisen.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that is the same one? Yeah, it's for $350.
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's not even a variant. That was just it's just the first print.
Yeah, see. And then when I was collecting Civil War 2, I tried to collect, I think it's the second issue, and all that was left was the variant. So the original covers were sold out, and I was stuck with the variant. And they had 3 variants of issue 2, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah. What's
I wanted
that
the
one that's coming out with the there's a Wookiee on the cover with a fucking lightsaber, I think.
So that's another High Republic one, but that's like a
It's a graphic novel though, right? Or maybe a trade. It looked like a bigger book.
it's like a if it's a trade, then it could be the shit. the High Republic Adventures, because he's featured in books, comics, and books and 2 comics. So he has an adventures, and they all link. They're all separate adventures that he goes from one incident to the next And so I'm pretty sure it's a trade, but it may not be. And there's also a comic that's like a complement to one of the books.
It's called Halcyon Legacy.
Oh, so that's that's a separate adventure that he has. So that's probably going to be a 4-issue miniseries, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, the High Republic had started up again last month. I guess they have a new book out, which I have not bought yet, but I'm still on the last book. I haven't even started it. It's not that long. The book's only like 400 pages, but still looking forward to it.
All right, I might have to actually call this podcast a little bit early because I do have to get up a little bit early and drive.
You're driving tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Woo! All right.
When I wake up. Oh, we gotta get Blue back before we can action it. I know he can hear us, so he's probably like taking care of the kid or taking a dump.
He probably went to go grab.
If he's listening to us taking a dump.
Yeah. Well, is that a baby monitor behind him? What is that?
That's BMO.
No, to the left of the chair. What is that?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know what
I think it's a monitor. It's like maybe a window fan. It's a window fan, I think.
Okay. Well, we can start with us and then end with Blue. So, Cronus, what you got going on this weekend that you already alluded to? But
Yeah.
Why are you leaving?
Yeah, just coming up to the Bay for a wedding. Looking forward to it. I get to see some of my friends that I haven't seen in a couple months, so that'd be cool. Then I'm gonna. Well, it's in Gilroy, which is like sort of the Bay Area, but
That's the Bay. That's like the bottom of the Bay.
yeah, I guess. So, but I need to stop in the Bay for a couple things, including hopefully see my sister. Hopefully that'll work out. We will see because I need to come into the Bay and get out of the Bay before rush hour. So, because I don't want to hit rush hour and drive to Gilroy. That'd be not the business.
That's worse. And if it's going to be hot, it's just like you'll be stuck in hot ass fucking weather in the.
Well, I mean, the heat doesn't. It's irrelevant. 'Cause my car is AC, so.
Yeah, but it still sucks.
Sucks for my car.
Yeah,
that's not for me.
Well, that's the thing. Is the wedding like early evening or afternoon?
I don't know, and I don't know if it's inside or outside, which is fucked up because I'm wearing black. So
Ooh.
yeah,
outside, so people are gonna die.
I don't think it's gonna be outside. Well,
it's gonna be in the 80s, so it'll be okay. It's just gonna be hot because it's like not very much wind. But that's okay.
Yeah, I'll probably just it'll be just me. Kay and my little one are gonna stay here. So yeah, it's gonna suck to be alone for a couple days, but it's fine.
You're not going to be alone. You're going to be visiting people left and right. Everyone's going to want a piece of your time, and you're not going to have enough time to see everybody.
No, that I will not. So yeah, if you expect to see me during the, unless I've already talked to you and I said maybe I'll see you, then I'm probably not going to see you. So
yeah, exactly. Because I already knew. I'm like, there's no way that we're going to have like time to link up to even just like say, hey, what's up, or whatnot. So, but yeah, see, he just moved his mic. So. That's fine.
I fall asleep.
Okay.
Wait, what's he doing?
He's got the baby.
Oh, okay.
Sebby's having a hard time falling asleep.
Okay.
I told you, man. Just give him some hard.
Bourbon.
Yeah, Chris is going to be outdoors, but the reception might be indoors.
Oh, it's supposed to be outdoors? Oh, Jesus. All right.
Indoors probably. But yeah, for me, just doing the same thing Cronus is doing, going to Chris' wedding, living the dream. I have to jump off.
Okay.
Yeah, it is outside. So yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit toasted.
Yeah, right. Just bring one of these. Bring like a little mister, so a little spray bottle with some water. Just
I'll bring a straw and just suck it up. I'll be all right.
All right.
I'll drink water.
Yeah. Just put your face behind the bar, right in the ice. You'll be all right. For me, I'm gonna unfortunately miss out, but I'm sending all my love, and hopefully someone says what's up to him for me and whatnot. But I'm really happy. I'm really happy for him because he seemed really, really happy with. Because I've met her, she's really nice, and she's a nurse. She's pretty awesome. So It should be a fun weekend for you guys. Unfortunately for me, I'm gonna be working, but I'm gonna try to watch some cool stuff because I haven't really caught up on stuff. I want to see The Rings of Power. I'm probably gonna wait until Monday. But Rick and Morty season 6, I fucked up last week and said season 5. It is season
Let's talk
6.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, season 6 already started, and then Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai season 5 is tomorrow or Friday. Friday night is Cobra Kai season 5. I'm probably gonna at least watch an episode or 2 of that, and then I think there's one more, something else that's coming out, but whatnot. And then I'm gonna try to catch up with House of Dragons. Because it's been pretty hot in the Bay, I've been going out more, going to happy hour because they have AC. I've been chilling happy hour, just chilling during AC fuel stuff. Meeting like some friends, we just got together. We're like, hey, let's go here. They have AC, so we got like really cheap food. It was really good. We went to this nice little seafood spot, Market Broiler. Y'all know that place. That place has really good food and decent happy hour. Probably gonna do the same this weekend. Probably gonna hit some happy hour spots just because they have AC and chill. And then that's kind of it. Oh, and holding Prodigy's hand through Destiny 2 because he doesn't like to read instructions and he doesn't like to listen to nobody, so he gets lost a lot. I'm gonna try to Twitch out more so you can see the way this dude plays. You can hear us arguing because he doesn't want to listen, but it's always fun. It's always good times.
And he can't double jump, so
Oh God, I'd let that go. I just expected him to die at least one thing. He claims that he's great when he plays. He claims that he's great at jumping every time. It's not true.
That's only something that Trump would say. I'm the greatest ever. Greatest jumper ever.
Oh shit!
I'm the greatest jumper in the history of jumping. I have a terrible Trump impersonation.
Jamie Foxx, go online if you haven't seen Jamie Foxx. He has an amazing Trump impression. It is amazing. So good.
He even does the weird hand movements sometimes.
It's
great.
Wouldn't be huge. It'd be huge.
Bigly.
All right. So that's it for us. You just experienced Black and Black Times Infinity. Check us out anywhere and everywhere on the internet with B's and BTIs, BTHANDTI. Like Curtis had mentioned, we have a Discord. Email us at bthandbti@gmail.com. Let us know you want to be invited into the Discord. We'll let you in. Let us know your Discord name and whatnot. There's a lot of stuff to talk about on there. There's some interesting topics that people bring up that I've been trying to keep up with. But there's some cool stuff in there. A lot of cool people. Everyone's been pretty respectful that I've seen. So it's been pretty cool. Check out our official website, bidhatproductions.com/BTI. We always go live every Wednesday, 8:30-ish Pacific time on YouTube, where you can check us out if you're listening to this if you came to us via, various audio outlets, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, any one of those, and you didn't know we go live on YouTube every Wednesday.
Penetrating further and further into the unknown vastness of space.
All right.
Yet many questions remain unanswered.
Douche.